Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the Dr. Julius Nyeri, CBPM, UNIA-ACL, Division 421, Atlanta, Georgia. And today is July 23rd, 2023. It's 5:19 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And today our meeting topic will be open discussion, and then we will touch briefly on the executive body, a quick update, and also on the convention. Okay, so we're gonna start with the pledge. Make it, the pledge on the screen for everyone to follow along. Oh my goodness. Could you do the pledge, President John?
No problem.
Okay. I need to answer this. I'm sorry, y'all.
You're right. So we'll do call and response. If you would, please repeat after me. Put your black fists in the air. I commit my body, mind, and spirit.
I commit my body, mind, and spirit
To the protection, defense, and security.
To the protection, defense, and security
of the red, black, and green.
Of the red, black, and green.
I dedicate my life to the redemption of Mother Africa.
I dedicate my life to the redemption of Mother Africa
and the liberation of her scattered black children.
And the liberation of her scattered black children.
I accept for myself and my descendants.
I accept for myself and my descendants
the teachings of universal African nationalism.
The teachings of universal African nationalism.
And I promise that our children will be instilled.
And I promise that our children will be instilled
with the purpose and knowledge of themselves as African people.
With the purpose and knowledge of themselves as African people.
In order that the cause of our struggle,
in order that the cause of our struggle
will neither falter nor fail. Until all black people are free and united.
Until all black people are free and united.
Through one God.
Through one God.
One aim. One destiny.
And one destiny.
Race first, family.
Race first.
Okay. The meeting is divided into two halves. The first half, we focus on a topic. Second half is member share. Everyone get a chance to share on the topic of their choice. During this time, you would get 3 to 4 minutes. Try not to go over the time. Keep your phone on mute when you don't have the floor. Also, presentations, we don't have the TBA days labeled, but if you want to do a presentation, then just let us know, and we can definitely squeeze you in on one of these Sundays. To ensure we can hear our speakers, keep your phone on mute. Press. We're not doing the conference line anymore, so you can see the mute button on the Zoom. Have pen and paper available to take notes. There are people on the call with different ideas and religions and opinions than your own. It's okay to disagree, but let's not become disrespectful. Ladies, do not give out your personal number during the call. Give out your business number, email, and do not use the N-word during the call. Be mindful of unnecessary using and overusage of curse words. There are children that tune in to this call. Okay. I'm gonna pass it to President John so he can do roll call. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Tania. Tonight, for tonight's roll, we have myself, Brother John, member number 306. We have our Assistant Secretary, member number 449, Brother Art. We have our Legal Defense Committee Coordinator, member number 165, Attorney Imhotep. We have a longtime supporter out of New York, member 172, Dr. Shams. We have another longtime supporter out of Jacksonville, Florida, Brother Chizoro Okeke, and we have our First Lady Vice President, member number 177, Sister Tania. So as of right now, we have a total of 6 on the call. So yeah, as Sister Tania said, be an open discussion. Any questions or anything that anyone has, there's a chance to ask those questions and get an answer. Right now, we've got looking for an update on convention. So we mentioned Curacao a second ago, but I'll give an update on convention. Sister Tania, was there anything that you had on your mind that you felt we need to discuss or be aware of?
I'm trying to think of some of the events that's been going on in the news. Any top stories? I'm trying to think if anybody else know of any.
Race first.
That's first.
Well, they have accomplished in the U.S. Supreme Court the taking away of Roe v. Wade, the taking away of affirmative action, the banning of critical race theory, and I don't know what else they have. You know, they just try and they want to do away with Medicare and Social Security too, that come out of the people's tax-paying dollars while they send whatever they send over to Ukraine. They taking away people's livelihood and don't want to give them anything. They don't want to ban. They want everybody to carry guns. So they support the NRA totally, despite anything that happens or has happened. They just don't care, you know. So that's what's in the news right now. That's what the U.S. is up to. We gotta defend that, hopefully by voting. I don't want to tell you what party, because people have all kinds of ideas about what party is right or wrong, but hey, we got to get it by voting, they say. So I don't know. August 26th, Reverend Sharpton, he's going to Washington, D.C. to protest the cutting and outlawing of the things I just mentioned a little while ago. So August 26th, the National Action Network is chartering buses to go to Washington, D.C. to confront the legislators there about what they did and what they're trying to do. You know, you can find out more information about the National Action Network and whatever they're trying to do by going to the website, nationalactionnetwork.net. Peace and race first.
Race first. Yeah, I did hear a little bit about the affirmative action legality, but just briefly, I don't know the details to it right now.
Race first. Race first. Can anybody hear me?
Yes, Dr. Shams, I'm sorry, I was on mute. Go ahead, Dr. Shams.
Okay, some of the things that affirmative action is taking away from us as a people is the right to have equal opportunity for education, equal opportunity for jobs, equal opportunity for unions, equal opportunity of the law. They're trying to take all that away from us. They want to set us back to before the 1950s and 60s. And if they can do it all the way back to slavery, that's why we have to rise up now and combat what they're trying to do. August 26th is a very important day because Reverend Sharpton is going out to Washington, D.C. to combat the things that they're trying to do. We could hopefully, I don't know, but hopefully maybe we could try to go there as a group to represent who we are and how we feel about things as well, those who are willing to go. I'm already one on the register that probably will go. So I made my registration already with Reverend Sharpton's program for August 26th. Peace and race first.
What is this Reverend Sharpton's program, August 26th? What is that?
Okay, it's to combat the things that they did as far as changing the law or taking away parts of the law that was in favor for us. Starting with Roe v. Wade, and then going into critical race theory being banned. Affirmative action is cut out in all senses of whatever it covered. And they want to take away Social Security, Medicare, and anything else that is helpful to our people. And they also want to stand up for the NRA and get guns everywhere. They just don't care, you know. So race first.
Okay. Anybody else have a comment in regards to what Dr. Shams was saying in regards to critical race theory and affirmative action? Well, and basically the state of America trying to roll back some of the gains that were made through civil rights. Brother Chizoro. Brother Chizoro, we see you. You're on mute. Brother Chizoro, you're on mute. I'm muted. Mute to, okay, hold on. Okay. I don't know how you got muted like that. Me to unmute, unmuted, it won't allow me to unmute. Let me see. Ask to unmute overhand. Okay, let me see something. Give me a second. Yeah. Try it now, brother Chizoro. You got co-host privileges. It's saying I'm not allowed. What? As a co-host? Take a note of what you wanted to say, brother Chizoro. Hopefully we'll get the technical issues taken care of. Anyone else have any comments on what was presented? Okay. I would just say this is why we had the course of African philosophy created UNIA universities, colleges, academies, schools. Thank you, brother Chizoro. I'm glad you mentioned that because that's kind of where I was going when we discuss these types of issues. The thing that comes to my mind is, you know, I know that there's an impact on us as individuals here in America, but the question is, you know, what does this mean for the UNIA, or what does this mean for the concept of organizing melanated people where we are? And unfortunately, you know, and Garvey said it, you know, when all else fails to organize our people, the conditions will. But unfortunately, sometimes things like this have to happen so that we can be reminded as a people that we have no saviors except for ourselves. So it's a mixed feeling for me. One of, concern for those that depend upon these services, but also it's a reminder, for us not to be dependent on these services in the first place. Like I said, it's a mixed feeling. I don't necessarily like it, but I think we're doing the best that we can to counter that by, trying to build our own institutions. So anyone else have anything on that? And before I go to, I was going to give a brief update on the convention, the latest information I have on the convention.
Race first.
Race first, Dr. Shams.
Yes, I believe there are international human rights laws and indigenous people laws given to us by the United Nations and the international community. It also with different clauses of the United States Constitution that give us a right to organize and assemble, starting with the First Amendment. And there are other amendments that back us up too, like the 9th, the 10th, the 11th, the 4th, maybe even the 2nd. But there are laws out there that help us, so that they would not be able to stop us really from peacefully organizing. The key word is peacefully.
Yes.
Peace and race first.
Yes, you're right, Dr. Shams. However, as Garveyites, again, we're taught not to rely on anything that anyone else produced for us. To my knowledge, the American Constitution was produced by primarily Europeans, and it wasn't produced for the benefit of our people. And that is why Garvey had to do what he had to do prior to 1920, actually, in creating the UNIA Constitution. But one of the things that we teach is our civil rights are important, our constitutional rights, our rights as citizens are important, but we can't forget our rights as human beings and our universal rights. And the right to, self-determination is one of those things. The right to self-reliance, self-governance are some of those things. And even if, there is a situation where these universal rights are deemed illegal, a true Garveyite would still practice those universal rights and find a way, to liberate their people. And that's what this is about, is liberating our people from oppressive systems that don't allow us to practice our universal rights. So those were my comments to what you had mentioned, Dr. Shams. Anyone else have anything before I go to convention update?
Yes, President John, unfortunately, I'm going to have to get off at 6 o'clock to attend to another matter. I just wanted to let you know.
Thank you, Attorney Imhotep. With that, is there anything that you would like to share with the body, with the members? We haven't really been able to get together as a membership or as an executive body. So is there anything that you can that you're aware of that we should be aware of?
No, we HEC did not hold a meeting this past Thursday, the 20th, because of the UNIA anniversary.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's nothing new to report at this time.
Okay. Any questions that you have from me or from any of the other officers?
No. Other than I guess we have to work harder to get our attendance up and I guess our dues paid.
Yes, sir.
So the work continues.
Yes, sir. Speaking of, I'm glad you mentioned that. That's what has been my focus as of recently, in addition to Garvey Day coming up. But one of the things that we have to realize as executive officers is mass meeting, Sunday mass meeting is our opportunity to present to the community who we are and what we do and what we have going on. So I want us to be more prepared and more organized so that when we come to these meetings, it's more of a presentation rather than, I guess, inquiry would be the best term. But we want to be kind of displaying and presenting. And I think personally, I feel that would go hand in hand into increasing membership because, it shows people that we're active, we're doing things, and if they were to activate their membership, it shows them where their dues are going, where their funds are going. So thank you, Attorney Imhotep. I talked with Brother Omasius, our first vice president, about this recently. I also talked with our lady president, Sister Ra Ebony, about this recently. But I agree with you 100%. I have to do my job as president to hold the other officers accountable. And that was kind of another thing that I wanted to touch on today. Officers, we have to be present at meetings. I want to hand off the responsibility of organizing the meetings to our lady president or someone else. But at the end of the day, we have to be attending our standing meetings, executive meetings on Saturdays, mass meetings on Sundays, orientation Saturday evening, president's call for those, that do those for the presidents and vice presidents on first Wednesday, secretary call second Wednesday. We have to be attending all of these meetings. Matter of fact, we just had an African Legion meeting this past Saturday. I missed that, but our head of Legion should be attending that meeting and giving our membership an update as to what's going on. And if we are not, and Lady President, we have to find a way to address that. So, but thank you, Attorney Imhotep. I was kind of long-winded in my response, but I understand the sentiment and I agree. Any other questions before we go to convention update? So I got a couple updates. Convention came up, so I'll talk about that. I'll also give a update on Garvey Day in Atlanta. So upcoming convention 2023 will be August 21st to 28th. Host division is Division 100 in Willemstad, Curacao. President is Edward Koyman. And this was sent out back in May. I haven't gotten any updates since May. Business site. So this information that they present is very similar to the format of what we did for High Executive Council. You got your business site, obviously in Curacao for those that can attend. Registration fees, individuals will pay a $15 registration fee. Each division will be required to pay a $125 registration fee. And so we still have to make our fees if anyone, I think even if no one does attend, we're still responsible for those fees. But if anyone does attend, in order for them to have privileges to participate and speak and vote, they need to obviously pay dues, and we as a division have to make sure we pay our portion. Souvenir journal ads. Our convention souvenir journal, major fundraiser for the UNIA souvenir journal ad sheet is attached. Every division is expected to place an ad, and as always, we ask members to place an ad to sell ads to family, friends, organization you belong to, and businesses you frequent. So there'll be a publication produced, and the parent body is selling advertising space. Patron ads, $10 online. Examples, Mr., Mrs., brother, sister, I don't know, patron ads, $10. Oh, one line. So one line, sorry. So a one line comment was $10. Price for full page is $200, a half page, $125, quarter page, $75, 1/8 page, a business card size, $25. Inside of the back is $250. As a division, we have not really discussed having an advertisement. It's not really something that we've done in the past. But if this is something that we want to do as an executive body, it's something that we need to discuss. And well, yeah, they kind of extended the deadline. Deadline July 31st. Oh no, okay, maybe that is the right deadline. We got a week if we want to do it. We need to, say we want to do it, come up with the funds, and also what we want to put on the advertisement. But we haven't really done it in the past. Hasn't really been something that we have additional funds for. So 2023 gala. Gala tickets $75 each, except for Africa and the Caribbean is $10. AGC requests divisions whose members won't make convention purchase at least one banquet ticket to donate. So $75, they'll have a red, black, and green gala. There's some lodging information and itinerary. Oh, that's itinerary for travel. One of the things that we will discuss is monthly reports. We are behind for the month of June, so we got to get June updated. Obviously July and August won't be due. August won't be due until September. So we got to get June and July reports submitted prior to convention. Division and officer reports. All division reports should be in writing, concise but complete. So we got to do a division report, just stating what we've, the things that we've done since High Executive Council, pretty much. And they're talking about preparing for the 65th convention. Make sure you got a renewed passport. So it's kind of last minute for that stuff now, but we all should have kind of been aware that the convention is out the country, and we should have been preparing for passports if we were going to attend. Garvey's Voice HEC issue is now available for $3. It contains convention, so it's just promotion for Garvey Voice. International Headquarters fundraiser. This is something that is constantly ongoing. Fundraiser for the international headquarters. Any additional funds that we receive as a division, we would like to contribute to international headquarters. 2023 trip to Africa. President General is arranging the fall trip to Africa from October 20th to November 3rd. This trip will visit Ethiopia and Kenya. If you're interested in joining the trip, your first payment is due now. Make your check or money order to Black Star Line Shipping and Travel. Put fall trip to Africa in the memo. Total is $6,200 per person. So the trip to Africa coming up in October. African Redemption Fund, please continue to contribute $12.50 per month or $150 per year to the African Redemption Fund if possible. And this is the tentative schedule. So Monday, August 21st, individuals will arrive in Curacao. There will be a welcoming reception. Tuesday, August 22nd, they'll visit 3 farms and tour Curacao. Ends at Floating Bridge. Wednesday, August 23rd, convention officially starts. Business sessions 1 and 2. Business sessions 1 and 2. That sounds like reports. So division reports as well as high executive council reports. Evening event, mass meeting, keynote speaker, President General Duncan. Thursday, August 24th, business sessions 3 and 4, evening event, dinner, and night tour. All dinners are at your cost. Sorry. Friday, August 25th, early bird sessions, Universal African Legion and Universal African Black Cross Nurses. So that's something that we did for HEC here in Atlanta. It's like a men's and a women's circle. Business sessions 5 and 6, evening event, mass meeting, question and answer session, Saturday, August 26th, nature walk or day of service. Evening event will be the red, black, and green gala, $75. Sunday, boat ride to Little Curacao, $75, a parade, and last night tour. Then Monday, August 28th, I have a goddess circle and prepare to depart Curacao. So 21st through 28th, the official 65th International Convention. Any questions? Any questions on convention, upcoming convention? Okay. Stop share. Trying to find this flyer that we've got for Garvey Day.
You said it's already made?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
Brother Kimwardo helped us make the flyer. I mean, it's the first draft flyer. They make some updates, but it'll work for now. Get the word out.
I say, I know how to make flyers.
I appreciate that. Well, I need your help. I need your help.
Oh, this is a good one. That looks good. Maybe not the background, maybe a different background, but I like the picture. But yeah, I can definitely, if you have a particular picture that you want to use, then like send it to me.
I'm not creative. That's a flaw, or if you want to consider that. But only thing that I provide is the information. So Garvey Day 2023, August 19th, Shrine of the Black Madonna. We'll have music from Vengeance. And this is actually a typo. So there is going to be we're trying to work to get a special guest speaker, hasn't been confirmed yet. And then African Drummers is a separate line. It should have been like, it's another music group. So African Drummers aren't the special speakers, but we'll have African Drummers there. So we're still putting this together. We got a lot of stuff lined up. We haven't paid anyone yet, but we do have commitments for the day of. So if you're aware of anybody, we're actually looking for more vendors at this time. If you're aware of anyone that would like to vend, vending would be $100 merchandise, $150 for food vendor, and then half price for active member. But this will be our 3rd or 4th year partnering with the Shrine of the Black Madonna here in Atlanta, same location. we're just trying to get better at our presentation and our production, so to speak. So, but executive officers, especially here locally, especially our lady president, I'm gonna need some help bringing this to the finish line now that we're less than a month away. Any questions on Garvey Day?
No, I'm about to say something about the flyer again. Y'all did good. I think y'all did a good job to just to start sending it out.
Yes.
And just go ahead and whenever you get a chance, send me the information that you want on there. And it's no charge.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's been a challenge. We've had individuals that have, helped in the past, but when it comes to timing of getting things done, because it has been free, we haven't really been able to argue with how long it takes, even though it takes a long time. But if any help we can get, will be.
Mine will be done within a few days. Give me, maybe not today. I'll see, because I don't know what if my husband want to take me out. If we end up sitting in the house, then I'll probably be done Monday. Okay. I'm finishing quickly. All right.
Okay, I'll send you the information. Anyone else? Comments, questions on Garvey Day 2023? Okay. Okay. Let me see. Let me stop sharing. That was all that we had discussed. At this point, I guess we can go around the room, get any comments from everyone that is here. Again, I need all of our executive officers on all of our meetings. Matter of fact, let me share that. I think this is the right one. So based on our election that happened at the end of June, this is our current executive body. So Ross Marvin, I spoke with him. He is actually in Jamaica now. He'll be in Jamaica for a little while. He'll be back in August, but I'm aware of what's going on with him. From a treasurer standpoint, I'll give an update. Our debit card has expired, so we don't have any immediate access to we don't have any debit access to our funds. So all access to our funds are right now isolated to President Ross Marvin. His name is on all the financial information, and that's why I was trying to get in touch with him before he left, but he's gone. Our funds are still, safe. They're not being moved or anything, but we don't really have access to them until he gets back, but it's nothing to worry about. Everything that we need to pay for has been paid for, with the exception of Garvey Day. So, but that will be taken care of. Myself, Brother John, President, re-elected. I'm here. Lady President, Sister Ra Ebony. I spoke with her Thursday. I expected her to be here today. So I need to get with her so we can get an update from our Lady President, Attorney Emotep. We just heard from him. Actually, I've also his wife, Sister Aziza. Let me see. Where is she at? We don't have her listed anywhere. Oh, here he is, corresponding secretary. She's been helping to get our membership database updated, and she's also been passionate about trying to get our sisters together. So that's another reason why I needed Sister Ra Ebony here. Supposed to get Ra Ebony and Sister Aziza together to kind of coordinate a meeting for our sisters. Brother Kim Wardo, has been active in the community. He had a charity program last week. He helped us with the flyer, so he's been active. He's still been in communication. No issues really with Kim Wardo. I don't know why he wasn't here today, but he is still working behind the scenes, just to let everybody know. Brother Omasius.
Excuse me, Brother John.
Yes.
Yeah, I got to get off right now, but I just got a call from Brother Olitonji.
Uh-huh.
And he wants you to give him a call as soon as you can, once you get out of the meeting.
Yes, sir. All right, I may call him while I'm on the meeting, but all right, I'll do that.
Okay, race first.
Brother Omasius, first vice president, you there?
Greetings, race first, family.
How you doing? Anything you want to share with the family, with the membership?
Okay. Well, brief updates. We had our African Legion call on Friday. I believe I was representing 421 on that call, and I guess in regards to convention was the main focus of the meeting. So if any brothers are going to convention, we're asked to update them as soon as possible. But then when you are there, you would check in with Brother Marua for your details on where you will be serving at during convention. That's for that, you mentioned that earlier. Also, as for that,
I thought that you may be going to convention. Are you going to be able to make it?
I'm not sure yet. Not yet.
Okay.
Not sure yet.
Is there anyone else on the call, any other brothers or sisters on the call that think they will be able to make it to Curacao? Okay. Yeah, I won't be able to make it, but Brother Macy's, we want to get you there so we can have some representation. Keep me posted, and we may be able to provide some small assistance.
All right, I'll let you know.
Okay.
All right. Other than that, that was the update from the Legion meeting. Of course, we been meeting about the credit union as well with the parent body, and there's a survey. I guess that we're going to make sure we get that out to everyone. I guess correspondent secretary maybe. But there's a survey questionnaire that they're asking membership to fill out to gauge their interest on what type of products and services that we should offer in the credit union. President John has it up here on the screen. So you can download the PDF, and we are trying to switch it to digital. We're supposed to be getting that approved next Tuesday. Hopefully it'll be in digital format, but right now we have this PDF that you can download and fill out this information, and just a quick 7, I think, questionnaire to gauge the interest of our members. So please, if you can, take some time to fill that out for the credit union committee. Other than that, yep.
I only sent this. I sent this out to our executive officers on July 6th, so it didn't go to our ordinary members, but our executive officers did have an opportunity, or should have had an opportunity to review it.
Gotcha. Right. As many people as can, people that can. I just want to get as much feedback as possible. Not just try to make any collective decisions, but have everyone's feedback. So this is the opportunity. Other than that, they're talking about increasing the programs that they're going to be offering. We've had our business meetings, and we've been discussing a few business ideas and opportunities for us to go into as a division. Hopefully, once we iron everything out, we'll have a presentation to the membership on the way we want to go this year and focus of our business and our development. So that's my update so far. Race first to the family.
First, thank you, First Vice President, Brother Mason. Does anyone have any questions for our First Vice President? Okay. Thank you, Brother Mason. It's excellent presentation, excellent report. Sister Tania, well, I think I already asked you, Sister Tania, if you had anything. Sister Tania, did you have anything you wanted to share from a Lady President standpoint? Anything that we should be aware of, anything we need to work on, be better at?
I ain't have anything to share right now. I'll come back if I do.
Okay. Thank you, First Lady Vice President. Sister Diane, I'm pretty sure she got the text. She stepped up to help with our education department. Got to get her on board and engaged. I just heard something upstairs in my house. Brother Andrew is not here. Brother Andrew, okay, not here. Sister Aziza had to step away with Attorney Imhotep. Brother James, he was online with us Thursday to discuss the details of our business department and aid with the business department. But I still need help from him on the youth department and providing some direction, as well as where we need help from the youth department. So before I go open up the floor, I just want to let me share one thing from a constitutional standpoint. Constitution. Okay, here we go. Yeah. So we are Garveyites. We profess to be Garveyites. We claim to be Garveyites. Before I read that, let me read. I missed the preamble. I always want to have our preamble in our meetings. I think that's a perfect contribution to our meetings and a reminder is what, it's like our pledge. We should be doing that every day. We should commit it to memory. Our preamble should be the same way. Preamble of the Universal Negro Improvement Association. The Universal Negro Improvement Association and African Communities League is a social, friendly, humanitarian, charitable, educational, institutional, constructive, and expansive society, and is founded by persons desiring to the utmost to work for the general uplift of the Negro peoples of the world. And the members pledge themselves to do all in their power to conserve the rights of their noble race and to respect the rights of all mankind, believing always in the brotherhood of man and the fatherhood of God. The motto of the organization is one God, one aim, one destiny. Therefore, let justice be done to all mankind, realizing that if the strong oppresses the weak, confusion and discontent will ever mark the path of man, but with love, faith, and charity towards all, the reign of peace and plenty will be heralded into the world, and the generations of men shall be called blessed. So this is where I was going. I was looking up the word consecutive because I remember based on the Constitution, we have some responsibilities as officers. The term of each, and this is the amended version, the term of office of each officer of a local division shall be 1 year. That's why we have elections. We should be having elections every year. We had elections last June. We just had elections this past June. So every 1 year, we elect our officers. After which time said officer may be transferred or re-elected to his or her position, and this shall not apply to the executive secretary. Basically, because the executive secretary has to be appointed by President General. That's not an elected position. Suspended or dismissed officers shall have no right or claim to promotion, transfer, or re-election to office, and this shall not be interpreted to mean officers whose positions might have been declared vacant due to non-attendance for 2 consecutive meetings. This isn't what I thought it was, but basically it says what I was trying to find. And I'll try to find a better example. Absent officers. Any officer of a local division who should absent himself or herself from 2 consecutive meetings of the division without leave of absence shall automatically forfeit his or her office, and the division shall forthwith elect a successor. That's what I was looking for. I didn't write this. None of us wrote this. This is in the Constitution, and it was here before many of us. I would like to say all of us were alive. But again, we are Garveyites. We have to understand that the Constitution is one of our highest documents, and these are the instructions that Garvey left for how we should manage this institution, this organization. This is something that we haven't been strict on, and I don't want to be strict on. But as my, this is not my, as my 3rd year now in the role of president, I know the comment that, insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. So in the past, we've had a very lax approach to officers' attendance. And I understand, I don't expect everyone to have 100% attendance, but again, it's about responsibility. It's about accountability. We all stepped up, on the night of an election to hold an office, and we made a commitment, a verbal commitment, that we would do our best to honor that office. I have to do my job as president to hold us all accountable. So I appreciate the officers that are here, but technically, since there was an executive meeting called yesterday and there's another meeting today, that technically implies 2 consecutive meetings. And for officers that have not shown up and have not communicated their absence, we have an issue. And I want to nip this in the bud early, right after election, before we get to December and we wondering, why we aren't able to make any progress. So just want to make that clear. This is constitutional. This is not my opinion, but I have the responsibility, as well as our lady president, we have the responsibilities to hold our officers accountable. So I just want everyone to be aware of that. That's okay. With that, any questions or comments before we move on?
Yes, President John.
Yes.
My last message from you is from when you canceled that meeting a few weeks ago. That's the last thing I've gotten from you.
Oh my goodness. So you didn't get a message today or yesterday?
Nope.
At all today? I sent 2 today. You didn't get neither one of them?
Nope.
Let me try something right quick. I'm gonna just sit and see if this.
I didn't get one for you today either, President John. Or yesterday as well.
Wow. Yesterday either. Sister Tania, let me know if you got a message. And Brother Omasius, let me know if you get a message, and let me know what it says. But I'm glad y'all mentioned that. And I understand that may be part of the problem. That's also
Okay. It said test. I got that.
okay. So that worked if I send it individually. Brother Omasius, let me know if you get yours.
Yep, I got test 2.
Yes. Okay.
The last message from that I got from you before that was when you were on the Zoom Thursday.
Okay. Did you get the message for the Thursday meeting?
Yes.
What time did you get it?
4:33 p.m.
Okay, yeah, that's when I sent it out. At any rate, I know we've had this issue in the past, and we have to be better about our communication. I need to take some responsibility with that. But it looks like we've known this, our texting system has some issues. And I can send the messages directly, but that is labor intensive on me, to have to send everyone an individual message. So that's another reason why I need to get with our lady president and our secretaries to transfer this information to trustworthy individuals, so that they can take the responsibility of inviting people to our meetings. But I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do at this point. I've shared the contact information with Sister Aziza. That's why I said she was going through it. She realized that most of the information is kind of outdated. But I got to find a way to get everybody together quickly, so that we can, so that we're not wasting time and losing time. But it looks like right now we're the days are going by. I'm sending out messages, but those messages may not be going all the way through. We're missing meetings, and events are coming up. So, I'll think about that. I'll figure out something, even if I have to do a manual invitation to an emergency executive meeting. We may have to do that, just so everybody can be aware of what's going on and what needs to be done. Thank you, though. That helps a lot. Anyone else have any questions, comments before we go around the room?
I might bring this up later, but I'm in Jacksonville still, and I find it's more consistent to find like organizations and try to bring them together to be officers split time, because I've had big issues with trying to get individuals who say they want to be down and then they kind of disappear or go into another agenda.
I'm in Jacksonville too.
But who's that?
Brother Macy's.
Man.
I'm 130.
Yes. I'm
Give me
on
a number,
Florida
brother.
Ave. I'm on Florida
In
Ave.
the chat.
I'm gonna text it. I'm gonna text it. That's funny. All right.
Yeah, I hear you, Brother Chisoro. It's a challenge both ways. We have relationships with other organizations, but at the end of the day, when you really get down to it, there's only a small number of people that are doing the work. So whether they're doing the work for our organization or for another organization, once you get inside that other organization, you realize the same small group of people that we are dependent upon is the same type of situation that they're working with. And when we've worked with those individuals, at the end of the day, somebody's got to take the responsibility. Somebody has to put the work on their back. And one thing that I have not done is, I'm a fan of Malcolm X. In his autobiography, he says that one of the things that a good leader does is they don't set a pace that their followers can't keep up. And where I'm going with that is, I don't want to overburden anyone and burn anyone out. So if I know that someone's doing great work for, say, the Shrine of the Black Madonna, I wouldn't necessarily ask that person to do the same thing for another organization. There's enough of our people in this nation. There's enough of our people that have the knowledge and the skills to do the work. We don't, there's no need to borrow from others. And it's not to say that it's like not to try to say like it's a bad thing, but grassroots, someone has to be bringing in the new people, someone has to be training up the next generation. And if that's what we have to do, that's what we'll do. But it's really at this point, I feel we're disrespecting the name of Garvey and the title of a Garveyite. When someone says that they're Garveyite or they practice Garveyism, and they come into a movement and make a claim that they want to have a certain responsibility, I don't feel that that person should have to be handheld. I understand that there's a process of development and growth and learning and training, but we're all, these movements are they're adult movements. I know that youth sometimes can ignite and invigorate and spread the messages very quickly, and these things look like youth movements. But the real work, in my opinion, in my experience, comes down to those that are experienced, lawyers, politicians, engineers, businessmen, entrepreneurs. The youth have the fire and the passion, but the elders are the ones that have the experience. And that's really what I feel we need. We need both, but we need experienced individuals that are capable of doing the work, know how to do the work, and take on that responsibility of doing that work for their people. But you're not wrong. I agree with you, Brother Chisoro. We've looked at that. It's just, what I said is my opinion.
I see. I mean, well, if Brother Omasis is in Jacksonville, I don't know. We can. I have some ideas. Just, but it's like I was thinking about this today. There was a U.S. Freedmen's Bureau, and a bureau is like an office. It's like having your own government.
Yeah.
So if they sabotage that thing, and they just it was going to lead to reparations and having like a U.S. Black American government, basically. So they dismantled it. Then Garvey came along. They created the FBI, basically, to replace the whole thing. And then Garvey was like trying to take it to another level where we'd have our own office, our own it's all in the Constitution, our own commissaries.
Yes.
It's like we'd have our own bureau in every country. And it's like, I feel what happened after the Civil War, people signed up for these civilized tribes, these white Native American tribes, $5 Indians, and everybody's trying to get with them. A lot of people are trying to get with them, but Garvey was trying to make this like our own government where you could sign up for, it would be membership based, but he wanted to cover the whole world, and that's where people get it twisted. It's like it should be treated the same as like the Native American, or people should come in with that kind of intensity and focus. We need to sign people up. We need to organize, contribute. But a lot of people have that self-hate. Like they wouldn't go to the Native American Bureau and try and sign up and then shirk duties. I see it every day, how people go intense. But that's what my observations. I've been in this 5 years just looking. But that's what I see.
Yes, sir. Yeah, me and you, we got about the same amount of time as far as being on this side of the movement, trying to have an active participant role, taking the responsibility of trying to organize our people, seeing people's different priorities when we do come together. It's a challenge. You're aware of it. I think the tactics may change from year after year, from generation to generation, but the concepts, the principles of what they're trying to do does not change, and we have to understand that. That's one of the blessings of being a Garveyite is we have one of the longest histories, so, when we go back in our history to when we created our organization to where we are now, we have a depository of tactics that governments and organizations have used against us. And at the end of the day, I think Garvey was still right in a sense, when he said the greatest weapon used against our people is disorganization. Everything that they've done has been an attempt to divide us, to separate us from one another, and even get us to compete with one another. When you look at the Willie Lynch letter and those type of things, that's the condition that I see most of our people in, and we have that job, that the same job that Garvey made us aware of, is the job of convincing our brothers and sisters, that we can do for ourselves. We don't need anyone's help. We don't need anyone's assistance. We've built great civilizations, not only for ourselves, but also for other nations and cultures. So, we have to go back into the history books one more time and find out, how we do that for ourselves, learn that, master that, and bring that to our people and make it a reality. But, that's where we are right now. One of the things that, I've got Amos Wilson's book, African-Centered Consciousness versus the New World, Garveyism and the Age of Globalism. In the very beginning of that book, it's got a quote from Garvey. It says that, where did I fail, you ask? He said, I tried to change the world without first changing the minds of men. So, even if we do get everybody in the same room, all of our people in the same room, and say that we're on the same page or have the same goals, there's still work that has to be done as far as, how to make that real, how to make that ambition, that desire, how to make that a reality. And it goes beyond just us professing that it's something that we want. We have to really do the work, do the sacrifice, teach, be patient, bring up the youth, take care of our elders, learn from our elders, but we have to do it all, and we have to do it for a sustained period. We're only playing a piece of that, in our time, but we have to do the best that we can in our time to leave an example for the next generation, like Garvey and our ancestors did for us. Anyone else? But yeah, Brother Masons, yeah, we had talked about Brother Chisoro a little while back, but I told you, I don't know if I told you him specifically, but I said that there was somebody out in Jacksonville I needed you to connect with. So looking forward to what, what you two brothers can, those two great minds, what y'all can produce. And of course, you have my full support. If there's anything that we can do here in Atlanta to support that or promote it. Anyone else have anything? I feel like I've been on my soapbox. I don't like talking. Y'all probably think I like talking, but I really don't. Anybody have anything?
Are we going into members share or just response? Uh-oh. Are we doing members share?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay, I had a list of things.
Go ahead, Chisoro. You can start us off.
All right, let me check my notes because but I just want to comment, like Jacksonville already has like their own nationhood movement, the whole Gullah Geechee Nation movement, and they're fractured amongst themselves across the coast, but they're into I'm pulling on their coattails, but they got a whole movement. So I've been talking about basketball. if you guys know Byron Allen, he's back in a HBCU Basketball Association now. So there is a basketball league, a black basketball league now. They're trying to use, there's a big competition to sew up black talent. There's tall black people everywhere on the East Coast. I was raised West Coast, I didn't know this, but you could use basketball to organize people, get advertisers, even demand things from government, use basketball as an organizing strategy. So there's already some signs of that happening. There's something called the Ateker Kingdom Alliance. They worked with the Jamaican government, their kingdom in Uganda. They're in a network with people from the UNIA under Cleo Miller, but I think I've seen some signs of white people. I think they're open to partnership and learning about real Garveyism, but they're supposed to be having a convention in Atlanta. They're like kings from Uganda, where I think maybe they could help start division. And they got connections in Congo, Zimbabwe, and they're supposed to be headed to Atlanta, I think this August or September. I could check on that. There's a Jamaican consul, basically an ambassador to the whole Southern USA, because Garvey used to organize in the South. So they copied his strategy. Jamaica started basically embassy, and they're based in South Florida. I don't think they have an office. I think it's just one guy and a network. His name is Oliver Mayer, but I guess they're open to working with to see how Jamaica and the Caribbean and Black people could work together. They worked with another UNIA under Stephen Golding. I think they're open to collaboration. And then I got people in Nigeria and Uganda who said they kind of need some coordination, but they're connected across Africa, those old empires. I did my research and they should be able to help spread. So that's it.
Cesar, I had one question.
Mm-hmm.
Were you saying, what did you say that is Stephen Golding separate from Cleo Miller?
I think
two separate.
I think they kind of are separate, but they used to work together closely. I think there's some kind of disconnect there, but because Stephen Golding actually works for the Jamaican government. Jamaican's actually like smaller than Atlanta as far as population, but so he has a lot of pull there. But I guess he likes to do his own program and he doesn't check in with Cleo all the time, from what I could tell. So he works with the government. He puts that as a priority. So they're trying to put the UNIA. They're open. Some people are open to working with the UNIA in Jamaica, making like the dominant governments or making everybody members as much as they can. But he likes to protect his rank. He doesn't like the structure shifting. He works with the colleges, and I don't think that might not be the best way to do it. I think 50% of Jamaica is rural, just like small towns and villages and farms or grass or forest type things, so like real rural, lots of land. I think British owns the land, so I don't know. It's weird. I don't know how Jamaica actually looks, but I heard 50% rural. So they might be open a partnership for development, and that could be our base in the Caribbean. Haiti's harder to get into, as y'all know, but they're similar. So that's, they have a consul in South Florida, and we're in North Florida. Yeah, that's a trip down there, but there's a lot going on there. And also in Baltimore, like where I'm from, some of the activists that opened up an embassy in Baltimore. I've been trying to teach them about Garveyism. That's where their flag comes. They're like rebels in Africa, in Nigeria. I was telling them that their flag comes from Garvey, and they haven't been working with UNIA in Baltimore, but they started their own embassy, and I guess they'd be open to discussing things. But they're all, they're on the government watch list. They started an embassy in the USA in Baltimore. Some people, Tucker Carlson called Baltimore a Haiti in USA. I guess it's Black majority. But that's it. And lastly, I joined the stock market, this Black stock market group. It was started after Mike Brown got basically assassinated. His brother James Tompkins started a stock market group to try to teach Black people how to make their own money, eventually start their own, the whole Black Wall Street idea. A lot of people came in for the wrong reasons. He's kind of retiring, but he's still teaching people. So I'm paying like $150 a month to start to learn this stock market thing, and hopefully teaching myself and get more free time to do what needs to be done. But I'm open to collaborating with people on the stock market, I'm doing Amazon work right now. That's crazy, but that's my it for my report. But I think I have people in Jacksonville who would want to. I guess if I collaborate with Oasis, I wasn't expecting that, but I would have like people in Africa and some people here in the Jacksonville. But in Jacksonville, they always deviate a lot of them into politics. But if I have Brother Oasis working on it, he could keep the message more consistent. We just share duties. But they already have a Gullah Geechee Nation movement. They work with people from Nigeria. So they have the right idea. It's just they're not plugged into a national network. So they've been doing the work since at least 2019, doing parades. They got a melanin market here where Black organizations and governments work together. Or Black businesses work together. So Jacksonville is a very interesting place, just like Atlanta. It's just about tapping in with the right networks. So that's it.
Thank you, Brother Chizoro. Yeah, a lot of good information. And please keep in touch. I'll expect, some feedback from Brother Oasis as to some direct information. But one thing to keep in mind, I mean, if basically if we need to come down, I've been, even when President Ross Marvin was still in this position, Jacksonville has always been, we've always been aware of the city and the potential. So I had always talked to Ross about doing a road trip, and Jacksonville was one of the prime places that we were going to go to. But at the end of the day, if we can get a group of people together that are serious about Garveyism, we can make a trip to come down and support that type of event.
I've never hosted an event. That's like if I had the means to host an event myself, like I'd do it. But a lot of people like who have buildings, they have their own agendas, and like they've never offered to take leadership. Like that's the issue.
Yeah, I understand, and again, I mean, as Garveyites, we have to understand, Garvey wasn't teaching us to just follow the leadership, follow Black leadership. One thing that we talk about is, a Black slave master is no better than a white slave master. So a true Garveyite doesn't just fall in line because someone is of Black face. True Garveyite is one that holds their political representatives accountable, whether they're Black or white. But at the end of the day, we feel that those that we put in a position of leadership should look like us. But my point is just, we have to have an active role in politics. That's a fundamental of Garveyism. It's not just voting for those that are Black, but actively involved in the campaign process, even to the point of running yourself as a candidate. But that's the ultimate form of Garveyism in my mind. It's not about who is best to lead you. It's about how you can develop yourself best to lead your community and others in your community. So yeah, we have to be active participants, not just passive participants as Garveyites. Thank you, brother Chisoro. Brother Macius, you got some homework.
Definitely be in touch. I'll
man,
definitely give you a call, brother.
let me know, if there's anything that we can do to assist. If you can get the bodies, if Chisoro can get the bodies, and we can find a facility at a reasonable expense, maybe we can support from that standpoint. Okay, thank you, brother Chisoro. Sister Tania has shared. We'll go up to New York, hear from Dr. Shams. Greetings, Dr. Shams.
Greetings, race first.
Race first.
Yes. When it comes to organizations and governments and things like that, sovereign, indigenous for our people, my personal philosophy is join all of them. Join all of them, because when it comes time that you need something or want to do something or whatever, one of them may come through even if others cannot. So therefore, my personal philosophy says, spread yourself out as much as possible, but do what you got to do for yourself. That's why I have my own self-government, on my website is my government. And that website is not helpful. USA Legislation's people.bracesites.com. I put it in the chat. I also have some other professional aspects. I don't know if it's good to discuss, over the Zoom right now, but I do updates, and I continue to add to the site whenever I find anything important or interesting. Today on WBLS, I added a website for those who are not familiar with the incident that happened down in Florida pertaining to our people. I think it's the Okie massacre. The Okie massacre. You can find it on Critical Scriptures once you go into my website and click on Salvation of God Unity, which is a phrase I got from the Moorish American government. They would always say Salvation of God Unity. I say that there's many paths, but only one goal. And in the end, we will find out if we were right or wrong. But all effort is worth getting into. All effort is worth contributing to if you can. And like I said before, join all the organizations and governments, because if others fail, you might find one that'll help you to the fullest. Peace and race first.
Race first. Thank you, Dr. Shams. Yes, I like what you said. I think you threw a caveat in there. You said if you can, because I was just thinking. We want to do the best that we can to support all organizations, but it can become taxing. Say an organization expense is $10 a month, and there's 10 organizations. Now $100 a month is effectively another bill. And it is, if you can do that, if you're blessed to be in that position, please do it. But it can be taxing on individuals, especially young individuals. But I like the comment that you said, if you can, and that's where, that's the position that I'm in. I prioritize the organizations that I contribute to financially. But excellent comments, Dr. Shams.
Yes, race first again.
Yes.
Yeah. I wasn't thinking so much about paying dues to every organization that anybody could get with, because if they're truly for our people, some of them don't have any dues. Like what our president is deciding to do with selling publications and all. The Nation of Islam, I don't believe they really had any real dues per se, but the final call, their newspaper and their books, you know, is what keeps moving them forward.
Yeah.
I don't know how many books we have from people here, but you know, books, literature, writing and stuff, that's profitable. It's very good for organizations. Not all of them ask you to support them monetarily, but if you could sign up with the ones you find you can deal with, that would be beneficial to yourself as a person. And that's just my personal opinion. Peace and race first.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, Dr. Shams. All right. I think there's one brother that's been on that has not had a chance to share at all. See, yeah, you and I member 449 in Annandale, Virginia. Greetings, brother Art. How you doing?
Greetings, family. I don't have anything to share at this time. I think I did all my sharing yesterday. So I'll have something next week, though. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, brother Art. Always appreciate your support. And yeah, appreciate you helping us out on CBPM as well as the UNIA. And I think you sent some dues recently as well. We got those, so definitely appreciate that, brother Art. Anyone have any closing comments, closing statements? I think for me, big takeaway is our texting system. It's not consistent. One of the things that I hate the most, or pet peeve for me, is wasting time. You know, I feel like time is the greatest resource that we have in life. And I hate to waste it. So when I'm doing something that's not meeting the end goal, it's a waste of time. When others are waiting for something that I should be providing to them and they're not receiving it, it's a waste of time on their end as well. So that'll be my focus, in addition to Garvey Day, is finding a way to communicate to our membership on a consistent and reliable method. That's all I've got. Dr. Sham, you have something?
Yeah, race first. I heard it often said by a lot of governments and organizations, for people who have skills and like to share them. The phrase is, get in where you fit in and do your best. Get in where you fit in and do your best. In other words, do what you're capable of. Do a little more, do a little less, but don't overburden yourself. Just try to do what we need to do to help our people. That's the main goal. Peace and race first.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Dr. Shams. That reminds me of something I heard from, and I needed that. When I first met President Ross Marvin, back when he was on Fairfield Place, you know, I was just so excited to know that Marcus Garvey's UNIA was still active, and I could participate and support and be a part of it. And at the time, you know, I'm just asking President Ross a million questions, you know, hey, what should I be doing? You know, what should I be learning? What should I be studying? Where should I start? You know, basically to make sure that my contributions are in alignment with Marcus Garvey and the UNIA. And the first thing President Ross told me, I still got it written in my notebook. He said, pace yourself. You know, there's a lot to do. There's a lot to be done. We all know each other. You know, these names and these voices on this call, we're not new to one another. And we've been doing this. We've been contributing. We've been doing the best that we can. So, you know, I'm preaching to the choir to an extent, but we have to pace ourselves. You know, we can't burn ourselves out. We can't overwork ourselves because, you know, it's only a few of us. So I appreciate everyone's commitment, contributions. Even though no one got a text for this meeting. We're doing a good job of holding these standing meetings. And I think about this like church sometimes. Because sometimes I get upset. It's like, why do we have to send out a reminder for people to attend these meetings? And then I think about church. I'm like, I never got a text message that church was going to start at 11 o'clock on Sunday. It's just something that it's a regular meeting and people go to it. And we're doing that with these UNIA meetings on second and fourth Sundays. So even when we don't get the message out, people know, we know where to be and what's expected. And we have to expand that to the rest of our brothers and sisters. We should all be thinking as a family, when is the time where we come together and discuss our problems and solutions and how to fix them ourselves. And that's what the UNIA second and fourth Sunday is about, is that's an opportunity for us to come together amongst ourselves, make the commitment that we can do this and we don't need anyone else's help. But that's a principle of Garveyism. If someone else came in and helped us, that doesn't change the psychological issue that we have as a people that says that we can't do anything for ourselves, whether it's a white person, Mexican or Chinese. If they come in and solve our problems, that doesn't do anything for us to realize that we can solve our own problems. So stay committed, brothers. I appreciate everyone's hard work. One God, one aim, one destiny. There will not be any individual victories or individual failures. We will either succeed as a whole and as a race, or we will fail as a whole and as a race. And Garvey said, if we can't do what other races and men and other nations have done, we really don't deserve the right to live anyway. And I feel the same way. I agree with that statement. So thank you, brothers and sisters. We'll close out with the motto. If you would, come off mute and repeat after me. Put your black fist in the air. One God.
One God.
One aim.
One aim.
One destiny.
One destiny.
Africa.
Africa.
For the Africans.
For the Africans.
Those at home.
Those at home.
And those abroad.
And those abroad.
Race first, family. Go in peace.
Race first.
Race first.